What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel, whatever. Listen, I got a bone to pick, okay? Y'all been clicking on my videos and ain't nobody gave me no hug yet. Not one hug. Let me tell you something. I want my hugs. And when you give me my hugs, it better last at least 15 seconds. And it better be nice and tight. I don't want to feel no pat on the end of it. No, nothing. Because where is my husband? Where is my husband with my purse? Thank you, girl. Thank you, girl. Yeah, let's keep it low because we got some things in here we don't want the people to see. Don't make me pull nothing out of my purse because y'all won't give me my hug, okay? Brit, that is how crazy you sound and look. Let's talk about it.
Roxiie says we're gonna talk about it.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Roxiie with Roxiie Says, and we're going to talk about it today. We are reviewing The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 16, Episode 4. Baby, what is going on? We lost Kenya for this? Is this what we lost Kenya for? Let's get right into this review because we have so much to talk about, baby. I was pissed off, okay? But before we do, don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you are made aware every time I post a new video. All right, y'all, let's get right into this episode, okay? So as it opens up, we see Brit and Angela. They're meeting up for a little hot girl walk, okay, in the park. Brit has her little puppy in a stroller, girl, whatever. So Brit says that she wants to get to know Angela because she doesn't have a lot of friendships with females and she takes friendship very seriously. Girl, anytime I hear a woman referring to another woman as a female, I'm already giving you the side eye, but I digress, okay? So when Angela asks Brit about her marriage, a damn fly goes in her throat. She almost chokes, all right? But instead, she asks Angela about what's going on in her family, okay? So Angela says that her and her sister aren't really seeing eye to eye at the moment and her mom is in the middle of it, okay? Angela says that she made the mistake of including her family in her marital issues and now her mom has a negative opinion of Charles, which she shared with Charles and they had a huge argument about it, okay? But even though they both apologized to each other, Charles still feels like it happened just yesterday. But from what I heard, Charles, you the one who did the dirt. That's just what I heard, okay? So what you mad about for real? Angela keeps telling us stories, but she only gives us bits and pieces and we're left to like figure out the rest. I guess we'll find out later in the season, okay? But Angela says that she really wants to fix the family, especially because essentially her and mostly Charles takes care of the family financially, all right? And then Brit brings her family situation up and she says that she usually asks Mike for money to give to her sisters, but then her sisters turn around and they say, why is Mike trying to be our daddy? Why he be acting like that? Listen, based on the clip that I saw of Brit, right, that we haven't gotten to yet, it's coming at the end of the episode, but based on how she blew things out of proportion with Kenya from the very first episode, now I strongly believe that her and her sisters fell out for a different reason than what Brit said it was, okay? Even in the conversation that we're going to see later in the episode between Brit and her sister, it can't be all the sisters. It just can't. Because from what we see, Brit exaggerates everything, okay? So she says that her sister Cher took their dad's passing the hardest and their relationship has not been the same since, okay? So Angela says that she's throwing a little get together and she still wants to move forward with Shamia despite their rocky start. And you know, Brit, she gonna take any opportunity she can to bring up Kenya Moore's name, okay? Talking about, well, Shamia has been very nice to me, okay? But Kenya, she's real snooty, okay? And I might throw some jabs here and there, but I don't mean anything by it, okay? So then why are you so upset about the tiny ass jabs that Kenya threw at you, which was barely nothing, girl? You watched the show. You watched the show. You're a fan. You should know how Kenya gets down, okay? She really didn't do anything to you. Was it because she didn't give you a hug immediately? Is it that serious? She asked you about your ring and now you're butthurt about it for 4 episodes? Seriously? So in Brit's confessional, she said that she watched the show and she is familiar with Kenya's persona. Translation, like I just said, you're a fan, sir. You're a fan, okay? Kenya went really easy on you. You're looking very thirsty for Kenya's attention. And like I said from a previous review, it's giving mini Marlo. Girl, you crashing out the same way that Marlo was crashing out when Kenya would not give her any attention, okay? So as they end their walk, we hear Brit say, well, if Kenya gives me any more of that energy, if she does it one more time, I'm on her ass. Girl, whatever. What you gonna do is make a complete fool out of yourself, okay? They've been dragging your ass up and down Twitter since last night, all right? So next we're at Shamia's house. She's with her sister and she's playing her new song that she did with RL from Next. next, okay? So Shamia says that she's sung in multiple groups over the years, but she never really broke like she wanted to, okay? Shamia says that she wants to play it for the girls at Angela's dinner, and she was actually shocked that she got an invitation to the event because she's like, if I was Angela, I definitely wouldn't have invited me, okay? And I said, same girl, I wouldn't have invited your ass either, because remember, in the last episode, they really got into it, and I feel like Shamia did too much in that scene. She did too much. Angela was coming to her in an apologetic tone, and Shamia just took it there, okay? And even in Shamia's confessional, she's still joking, talking about, oh, the way that I was speaking about her nose, that was a real smooth criminal move of me, and now she has to moonwalk herself out of the situation, Shamia. Listen, I chuckled, but let's leave the nose jokes in this episode, okay, girl? We don't want you doing it for the entire season, okay? I did chuckle, though, when she said, your nose is mine. I chuckled. I can't lie. I chuckled, but let's leave it here, okay? So Shamia says that she wants to extend an olive branch to Angela tonight, and I'm like, I hope it goes well, because you can really see that Angela is at least making an effort, okay? Even by inviting Shamia to the event. So next we see Porsha. She's meeting up with her team, and immediately I felt really sad because we see Porsha's cousin, Londi, who recently passed away in August at the young age of 34, so RIP to her, okay? But Porsha says that although she plans to retire at the age of 40, she needs to take her business to the next level, because during her marriage, she prioritized family and being a wife, and she put all of her businesses on the side. And I said, yeah, girl, why you quit all your jobs like that? Why did you quit your... Anyway, she says that now her business is her main meal. Before, Simon was that meal, but since he's gone, now she has to focus on her business because Cinderella has to wake up. Soft life is over. And I said, oh, baby, Cinderella wasn't asleep. Cinderella wasn't asleep, baby. That was Snow White, okay? That was Sleeping Beauty, but not Cinderella. She was in the house scrubbing the floors and stuff. She was up, though. She was up. Anyway, she says that she wants to be the Black Martha Stewart. And I said, do y'all not know anything about the late, great B. Smith? Google her, okay? Put some respect on B. Smith's name, all right? And that damn husband that she had, don't piss me off all over again thinking about that man. Anyway, back to the episode, okay? So Porsha speaks about her sheet line, and she says that she wants to expand into home decor, and she wants to build a $1 billion brand with that and with Go Naked hair, okay? And child, when she says that she's looking for more brand ambassadors for Go Naked, one of the people in the meeting says that Drew actually reached out to him and said that she wanted to meet up with him and Dennis, okay, so that he can help her with her music because he's also in the music business. And I'm like, okay, so at this point, is Drew just poaching all of Porsha's people? Because that's what it's looking like, and honestly, I would be annoyed too, all right? So Porsha says that it's giving single white female, and she feels like Drew is trying to be her. So Porsha says that Go Naked Hair is an actual business with a full team, so she can't just fire Drew. She actually has to go through the proper channels, which is true, because if not, then Drew could turn around and sue her, okay? So I guess we gonna see, but she does say that she hopes the bitch, referring to Drew, does get fired. Her words, not mine, okay? So next we see Ralph. He is outside playing with the kids, and Drew comes, and the kids want her to play too, okay? And when the kids ask Drew to play, she says, you gotta ask daddy if I could play. Girl, shut the hell up and pick up the ball and run it, okay? Don't put the kids in this mess. Just play with the damn kids. They don't gotta ask daddy for permission if you could play. Don't be messy, okay? So Drew says that her and Ralph are actually better co-parents now than when they were actually a couple, but she does try to keep it cute for the sake of the kids, okay? But she says that she really can't trust Ralph and his legal team. And we see Ralph in his confessional, and child, the way that pissed me off, because I'm like, so Ralph is getting confessionals, but we not getting any of Kenya's confessionals? Is that what we doing? Seriously. Okay, but Ralph says that the divorce has been long and messy, and he just wants to make sure that he gets at least 50% custody of the kids. Listen, these two are a bit too friendly for me to believe that their divorce is actually real and not for a storyline. Honestly, they both seem to be playing a role. They both seem to be trying to hold in their laughter. And Ralph tells Drew that one of the kids brought him an article that detailed their divorce. And we know that Drew does not want the kids to know what's going on. I don't know how that would be possible since Ralph lives in the basement, right? Have they not asked any questions about that, child? Anyway, then Ralph and Drew, they have this back and forth about Drew calling Ralph a narcissist. And he says that he's not, but he does apologize to Drew if that is the experience that she had with him. Then they joke a little bit more about Ralph being court ordered to live in the basement. And then we see a clip of Ralph doing a damn basement tour, like MTV Crib style. And I'm like, y'all play too much for me. Y'all play too much for me. From this to Ralph having a podcast called Ralph in the Basement. It's like, y'all, is this real? It's giving storyline, okay? And I'm not saying that they need to be fighting just because they're going through a divorce. They do need to maintain a good relationship, especially for the kids. But I'm saying it don't give real. It really doesn't, okay? But they both agree that they don't want to destroy each other in court during the divorce. And then Ralph leaves because it is Drew's weekend at the house. And I'm like, Drew, are you not going to ask him about his financial documents and to make sure that his lawyer is there next time so that he don't got to cross-examine you, child? Y'all talk about everything else. Why not that? Okay, I want to see that conversation. So next we see Kenya and Kelli. They're meeting up at Kenya's new salon. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the colors. Y'all know I love me some pink and some purple, okay? And she gives Kelli a little tour, and then they sit down for a chat, and Kenya asks Kelli why she has a bodyguard with her, because there is a bodyguard in the vicinity just standing there posted up. And Kelli says, well, you have an ex named Mark and I have an ex named Mark as well. And Kelli begins to tell her that Mark actually made physical threats against her, and that's why she currently has a restraining order against him. She also says that he was held in contempt in court because during one of their hearings, he threatened to unalive her in front of everyone. In front of everyone. Let me tell you something. That is no joke. That is no joke at all. I've seen too many stories where husbands have unalived their wives when she filed for divorce, or the day that the divorce has been finalized, or while they were going through the divorce, breakup, anything. So listen, I'm very happy that she got her restraining order and isn't on some, oh, the kids need to see their daddy. Not the type of daddy who's going to threaten their mother's life. Not that daddy. No fucking ma'am. No way. Okay. And he should have to pay for that security too, since he's the one making threats. He needs to pay for it. So Kelli says that they're fighting over the business. She started it after they got married. And she says that Mark told her that he will make sure that she has absolutely nothing without him. So that is his goal. It sounds like he pretty much wants to get the business so that he can close it down. Because remember, she did tell us previously that he closed down one of her other locations already, okay? This man sounds and looks like an absolute nightmare. Have y'all seen the pictures? He looked like he did every damn thing that she said, okay? So in Kelli's confessional, she says, wow, I really like Kenya. I don't understand what the deal is with her and Brit. Girl, the issue is Brit is a damn weirdo, okay? We already know this. This has already been established. So Kenya gives Kelli her flowers and tells her that she admires her and says that she is an awesome businesswoman. And Kenya asks her for some advice on getting people in the door. She says that she's already spent $400,000, okay? But she does have goals to franchise. And she put all of Brooklyn's college education money in this, so she needs to make it back. I said, Kenya, girl. Kenya, girl. Ooh, I hate that she's not on the show, especially knowing how much she spent and especially knowing that that was Brooklyn's college fund. Girl, you ain't put nothing aside for Brooklyn. Child, this better work out, okay? It better work out. And she gets very vulnerable and she starts crying and she tells Kelli that she's scared that she didn't make the right decision, okay, by opening up this spot. And she also says that she's never said that out loud to anyone. So I really like this conversation. You can tell that Kenya felt very comfortable sharing that information with Kelli. And Kelli reassures her that everything is going to work out. Like I said before, this was a really sweet conversation. And I'm like, okay, I like Kelli when she's not all the way up Porsha's ass wondering what she been doing, okay? But from this scene, I was like, you know what? It looks like Kelli and Kenya are going to be very cool. And Brit might have an issue with that, okay? Because, baby, if there's an event and Kenya goes and she gives Kelli a hug and she don't give Brit a hug, child, all hell is going to break loose, okay? So next we see Brit. She's meeting up with her older sister, Cher. She hasn't seen her and the kids in about a month, okay? These two are 3 years apart. And Brit says that she had it rough in high school because all the girls were trying to fight her. Everybody was hating on her. Everyone was trying to fight her. So Cher would come to the high school and fight her battles for her, right? Big sister style, right? So Cher is also at odds with their mom, and she has their mom blocked at the moment. And she says that her and Brit used to be really close, but now all Brit does is run off to her husband whenever there's an issue. But Brit claims that Cher blocked her first, okay? And Cher feels like she was left on the back burner when the people around her got into relationships, and she can't even have a conversation with Brit without Mike sitting right there. And I feel like women who do that are very strange, okay? It's very much giving Monique and her daddy, right? That's what it's giving. So Cher feels like she can no longer have vulnerable conversations with her sister because Mike is always there. It's like when you hanging out with your girlfriends too, don't bring no other friend, okay? If we meeting up to have a specific conversation, don't bring no other girl who I don't know. The conversation is going to be different. Even though that's, Mike is Brit's husband or whatever, still, there's a different type of conversation that you're going to have with your sister when you just speaking to your sister, as opposed to when you're speaking to your sister and her husband is sitting right next to her, right? I'm sure that when Mike has conversations with his siblings, the conversation would be different if their spouse was sitting next to them as well, okay? So Brit tells Cher that she needs to call her when she wants to spend time with her. And I'm like, that should be a two-way street. That shouldn't just fall on Cher, okay? And in Brit's confessional, she low-key calls Cher jealous and says that since Cher isn't in a happy relationship, it's hard for Cher to see her and Mike being so happy. Girl, why do you think that everyone is just hating on your marriage? Why is that so touchy for you? Even from episode 1, when Kenya asked you about the ring, you felt like she was hating on your marriage. Girl, no. Is everything okay, Brit? And child, as they're having their heart to heart, Brit's phone keeps going off and she's like, okay, girl, well, I gotta go because Mike is calling me and he's telling me that I need to come home. But don't let this be the last time that I'm seeing you and you only calling me on birthdays and stuff like that. And I'm like, girl, what? What? I cannot imagine being out and my man is calling me talking about, girl, you need to come home. You need to come home. Get your ass home. And they're having lunch. It's the middle of the damn day. And the relationship with her and her sister sounds very one-sided. Based on everything that Brit has said, it's her sister who needs to hit her up. It's her sister who needs to reach out to her when she wants to talk. Brit just doesn't seem like the type to reach out and to check on her sister. And I understand now why Brit says that she does not have many female friends, okay? So next we see Drew and Dennis. They're in the studio and he tells her that she's single now, so she's gonna have to start giving people that that sex appeal on these songs, okay? And Drew was like, well, I'm not single yet. I'm not single yet. I haven't signed on the dotted line yet. And then she tells them that they're trying to get her in trouble. And Dennis is like, get you in trouble with who? I don't even know what's going on. And child, they roll the tape back where Porsha was in the car on the hot mic telling Dennis that how he moves with Drew will affect the outcome of things with PJ. Pure madness, okay? Pure madness. So Drew tells Dennis about all of the drama with Porsha going off on her, about them working together. And apparently Dennis told Drew that Porsha was cool with it, but she wasn't. And Dennis says that when he first told Porsha, she was in Nigeria eating fufu. I said, Dennis. I said, Dennis, he's so silly. But he says she wasn't concerned with what I was doing because she was with her man. Okay, things are a bit different now. And Dennis tells Drew that she is going to have to take the lead on clearing the air and bridging the gap with Porsha. But in Drew's confessional, she says exactly what I said in my last review, okay? She's like, look, at this point, I've made multiple attempts to speak to Porsha. So now the door is closed on that, okay? I'm just going to let Porsha be Porsha. If we talk, we talk. If we don't, we don't. It is what it is at this point. It is what it is. Like I said before, could Drew have been more clear in her text messages? Yes, she could have, but we saw in the last episode, Drew tried to speak to Porsha. Porsha said she was sick last week. Let's do it next week. She probably gonna cancel next week. Listen, we don't got time, and I'm happy that Drew is just letting it be whatever it is at this point, all right? So now we see the ladies. They're getting ready for Angela's event, and we see Kelli and Brit. They're joking that Angela's event is in the hood, and Kelli says that she's bringing her security, and Brit says that Mike is her security, okay, because she don't feel safe. So then we see Porsha telling Shamia on the phone that she still hasn't spoken to Drew since Kelli's event, and she will not be speaking to her in front of the girls because she doesn't want anyone chiming in, and she already knows who Drew is, and she doesn't want this situation to be drawn out. I said, okay, girl, whatever. So everyone is arriving to Angela's event. She requested for all of the ladies to wear black. I would have fit right in, okay? I would have fit right into that event. And she says that she doesn't care if the event is in a rough part of town. She's like, look, we're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to have a good time tonight. Don't matter where we are, right? So everyone looks beautiful. Then we see Kenya come in wearing a green dress. At first, she says, oh, I didn't see that black was required. I didn't see that on the invitation. Then she says that she doesn't own any black clothes. Baby, if that was my event, Kenya would have to leave. Love you, Kenya, but you would have to leave because she would be pissed off if it was her event. Okay, remember, we done seen when she had that little party seasons ago where she, was it like Ladies of Hollywood and Porsha or someone, they came in and they weren't wearing the right costume and she was pissed off and she kicked them out. Yeah, Kenya, you would have to go too, Miss Mamas, okay? So anyway, we see Kenya greeting everyone. She does the little... Even with Drew, they barely touch. She doesn't even hug Drew, okay? And as she's making her way around the table, Brit is looking at Kenya with so much hope in her eyes. She is looking at Kenya like she is Santa Claus on Christmas morning, just like, just watching her make her way around the table to her. So we see Kenya give Brit a hug, and Brit is like, well, that wasn't a hug. That was just a little pat. Girl, are you okay? Is everything okay? Now you're grading her hugs. She didn't hug you long enough. She didn't hug you tight enough. Were you not hugged as a child? Does Mike not hug you? Because this is absolutely ridiculous. It really is, okay? Kenya should have cursed her ass out right then and there, but she says, oh, girl, no, it's not even that. I just don't want us to get makeup on each other's clothes. Whether or not it's the truth, who gives a damn, okay? Is this not weird behavior? Is this not weird behavior on Brit's part? And in her confessional, Brit says, I've been trying to be nice to you, but you giving me a pat instead of a hug says everything. Girl, it's giving fan. I wish that we got Kenya's confessionals for this scene. Oh my gosh, I would love to see what Kenya, I know Kenya was in her confessional cutting up. Like, damn girl, you need a hug from me that bad? Is it that serious? Child, so Shamia comes in with her olive branch, okay, and her olive oil for Angela. And she apologizes to Angela for attacking her physical appearance because she says that it's not like her and she would like for them to start over. And Angela says that she would love the same thing and they share a hug. Really nice moment, okay? So then we see Kelli. She tries to call Drew out for bringing her makeup artist to the event. And she says that he stayed and he ain't buy nothing. He ain't buy nothing. He was drinking champagne. He was eating little finger foods and he didn't spend a dime, a dollar, a penny, okay? And I think that if it's an event where you know it's kind of like understood, unspoken, but understood that everyone in attendance should make a purchase. It was a fundraiser. Don't go if you're not buying anything, one. And definitely don't bring someone else who you know is also not buying anything, okay? So then we see Kenya. She asks, well, is there anyone here who didn't buy anything? And Kelli turns to Drew. And Drew was like, me? That's not true. I bought a $2,000 blazer for my son. And Kelli says, well, I didn't see you walk out with any bags. And Drew says, yeah, because I ordered it. So she pulls her phone out to show everyone her phone. And at this point, I was like, Kelli, I would have cursed you out too, because why didn't you look up your transactions before you tried to call Drew out, right? You trying to embarrass her. So right when Drew gives Kelli the phone to show her what I thought was like the order confirmation or something like that, in comes a text message from Dennis. And Drew makes sure to point out that it is a group text message. It's not just Dennis texting her one-on-one. Child, even if it was a one-on-one text, Dennis is the EP of your album. Who gives a damn at this point, okay? Clearly, it's not important enough for Porsha to want to talk about it now, okay? And she's actually at the table giggling when Kelli said that Dennis was texting Drew's phone. She don't give a damn. She don't care, okay? So after I spoke all that shit about Kelli, in her confessional, she says that what Drew actually showed was a text thread of a conversation between Drew and the sales associate, but there was no actual transaction. So Drew, you didn't purchase anything. Drew, you didn't purchase anything. Why lie about that? You lied too damn much now, girl. You lied too damn much. You could have even said, look, I'm going through a divorce. I don't got the funds right now, okay? Hope you understand. But why lie? Yikes. So, child, Kenya lets the ladies know that she is having her grand opening for her hair spa, and everyone is invited, okay? So they're all very excited for that. Next, we see Shamia. She plays her new song, okay? And as it's playing, Portia's like, is that Shamia? That's Drew. That's not Shamia. We know Drew's singing voice, and we know Shamia's voice. Girl, first of all, shut up and let the ladies listen to the song, okay? Why are you talking over the song? And second of all, why would Shamia say, hey, I'm about to play one of my new songs and then play Drew's song? Does that make any sense? Porsha is really giving hater vibes, and I hate that for her. I really do. I used to love me some Porsha, but this season, girl, this season you making it real hard, okay? So everyone is clapping it up for Shamia and telling her that the song sounds amazing. And here go Porsha. Shamia, were you even on that song? Have my ears been misleading me this whole time? Another one who needs to be cursed out because, girl, now you dragging it. Now you're dragging it. And you can tell that at this point, Shamia is annoyed because even in her confessional, Shamia is like, Porsha, stop. Stop acting like you don't know that's me. Stop acting like you don't know my voice. And in their confessionals, all of the other ladies agree that Porsha is being shady as hell right now. So, child, in Porsha's confessional, she says, well, I thought it was Drew because it actually sounded good. So that's why I thought it was Drew. So Porsha is saying that Shamia can't sing. That's what she's saying. And she's going to try to flip it and act like, no, that's not what I meant. That's not what I said. But girl, you implied that with your statement. Shamia, Porsha is not your friend, baby girl. Porsha is not your friend. Yes, y'all go way back. Y'all known each other for a long time, but clearly Porsha is having a very hard time handling you being a peach holder instead of a sidekick. She's having a hard time adjusting, okay? So next we see them play a little game where everyone can write down a question anonymously and the person has to answer the question. And this is where everything hits the fan, okay? Everything hits the fan. So the first question is asked to Shamia, and they ask her what she did to thank her husband for that Rolls Royce that he bought her for her birthday. And Shamia, she puts on a little performance, and she pretty much lets us know that she took real good care of Gerald that night, okay? Okay, honey, I see you. So then they ask Angela, what is the secret that she wouldn't want the group to know? And I'm like, child, is this foreshadowing? Is this foreshadowing? But she says, oh no, there's nothing. I'm an open book. You know, we've never had any threesomes or nothing like that. And Porsha going, she say, well, I heard a few things about Charles. I heard that he was real spicy. And Angela's like, girl, what are you talking about? What have you heard? And Portia's like, nothing. We'll wait. Next question. And Angela leaves it alone, okay? And I low-key feel like she didn't keep asking Porsha because she doesn't know what Porsha actually knows, and she doesn't want Porsha to say anything, okay? But Porsha, that was not nice. That was not nice at all. And in Angela's confessional, she says that she doesn't even understand why Porsha is mentioning her husband when she doesn't even want to speak about her husband, Simon, okay? And she calls her a stupid bitch under her breath. And production is so messy because they were like, what you said? What was that? What was said? And she was like, oh, nothing. So then they ask Kenya what color panties she has on, and she gets up and she shows the ladies, okay? And Portia's like, oh my God, Kenya, you have the biggest vagina ever. I feel like Porsha was just shading everyone that night, just everybody, okay? And Kenya is clearly that girl because the next question is for her too, and she is asked why she's always hating on happily married women. Now, we know that Brit probably asked that question because she thinks that everyone is hating on her marriage. I honestly think that Brit slipped two questions in there. I feel like she slipped in this question and the next question that's going to be asked, okay? And Kenya answers the question, and she's like, it's just a habit. And Kelli was like, really, girl? And Kenya's like, no, girl, I'm just playing. I'm joking. I don't even know what y'all asking me. But before Kenya can even finish her answer, here go Brit, okay? And she comes with her question that she claims she didn't write. And she's like, Kenya, can you speak to Brit kindly and not with an attitude? And Kenya answers and she says, yes, I can speak to everyone kindly. But child, just like the hug that Kenya gave Brit, that wasn't enough. This answer clearly wasn't enough for Brit either because she's like, well, the question isn't about everybody. It's about me. Do I need to reread the question for you? And Kenya's like, girl, why? Kenya's like, girl, why are we even doing all of this? And Brit is like, I have the floor, baby. This is about me. It's about me. And Kenya's like, oh, girl, okay, you're clearly looking for your moment. Have your moment. And Brit says that Kenya is looking for a moment and she didn't send for her, okay? And Kenya's like, girl, I am the moment one. And thank you for using my catchphrase. You're a fan. Okay, Kenya didn't say that part. I'm saying that part. You're a fan, okay? And Kenya tells Brit that she's not about to play these little childish games with her, and she calls her a peasant. She says, look, a peasant cannot come for a queen. And Brit says, what? You call me a peasant? How about you get the out of here, bitch? And I was like, okay, here we go. And Brit just starts going. Baby, from this second to the end of the episode, Brit didn't stop speaking, okay? She's like, you coming for the wrong person, okay? You trying the wrong one. You don't even know me like that. Who you calling a peasant? You a bitch, okay? I don't even know who you think you talking to. Just talking and talking and talking. So at this point, Kenya has already gotten up to leave, okay? And Brit is still talking to anyone who will listen. So everyone is in their confessional like, Brit is doing the absolute most. She is doing way too much. It didn't even call for all of this, okay? Yes, she called you a peasant. You called her a bitch. As far as I'm concerned, at this point, y'all are even. Peasant, bitch. Okay, everyone should be able to go home and there should be no issues, right? So as everyone is walking out, Brit is like, let me call my husband who actually cares about me, okay? As a way to shade Kenya. Those type of I have a man and you don't, those type of jokes, they're really tired and through, okay? Because y'all be making jokes like that and then be divorced in 6 months. Y'all really do, okay? So as Kenya is leaving with Porsha, she walks past Brit and Brit is like, oh, let me move so that I could be aware of my surroundings, child, okay? We're not leaving now. We're still catching this moment. We're still catching this moment. But it's okay because I got my stool. And I said, ooh, that's where we taking it? And child, Kenya is still ignoring her. still ignoring her. And Brit is still yelling because Kenya is refusing to engage with her. And she's like, somebody find my husband. Girl, go find your own damn husband. What the hell? Go find your own husband. So when Mike finally comes, she's like, I had to let her know. Don't play with me. I don't do that, okay? I don't play that. I got whips and I got stools and all of that, okay? I got all of that. First of all, does Brit think that she's the only woman who carries? Do you think that you're the only woman with a CCW, girl? Because you're not. You're not, okay? But seriously, what the is wrong with Brit? What is the problem? All of this over a hug? All of this because she didn't answer your question the way that you wanted her to answer your question? All of this because she called you a peasant? All of this because she questioned if you were remarried? Seriously? And let me say this too, because I saw people saying that Brit didn't actually threaten Kenya. If you get into some type of argument with someone and they start mentioning weapons, even if they don't verbatim say, I'm going to use this weapon on you, you better take that shit as a threat. Because if not, you're really lacking survival skills, okay? If you need someone to spell out everything for you before you start watching your back and looking at a situation as dangerous, that's on you. But Kenya has every right to take what Brit said as a threat, because why are we mentioning weapons? Why are we even doing that? And if you really think that there's nothing wrong with what Brit said because she didn't directly threaten Kenya, go up to your job, start an argument with somebody, and then tell them, or just say it in the open room, that you still got your still on you. Okay? Just say it out loud to anyone who's willing to listen. Go do that and see if it's not a problem. See if it's not a problem. Even when they get outside, both Mike and Kelli are telling Brit that she's mic'd up and she is doing way too much, but she's still yelling through her teeth. You gonna learn today. You gonna respect me. You gonna respect me. And all I hear is, you're gonna give me hugs, bitch. I want a hug. That's all I wanted. Hug me tight. Hug me long and tight, because that's what it's giving. Child, Kenya is in Porsha's Bentley driving away, and Brit is still going off, talking about Kenya's the type who wants to keep poking and being manipulative. Girl, what the hell are you talking about? Is everything okay? I have no other questions to ask other than, is everything okay? Because this is crazy behavior, okay? And as they're driving away, we hear Kenya on the mic and she's like, what's wrong with this girl? She's talking about bringing guns and talking about what she has on her. And Kenya's like, this girl is a problem. She's got to go for real. Please let her do something to me so that she can go. I have a question. Why was Brit not kicked off of the show that night? Why was not Brit kicked off of the show that very night? That's allowed? Statements like that are allowed? All of those ladies should have went to production and gotten her kicked off, honestly. And even if the ladies didn't, the production company or whoever should have taken it upon themselves to thank Brit for her services and gave her her walking papers. Because, girl, if you can't handle a little ponderosa with the ladies without mentioning weapons, this is not the place for you. This is not the place for you, because it did not need all of that. Child, let me know all of your thoughts on this episode. It got me hot. It got me irritated. And I saw that Twitter was lit up and on Brit's ass because she really made a fool of herself. It did not take that much. Now, I'm pissed to see what Kenya did in the next episode, because she could have gathered Brit without even having to show any of those pictures, okay? But we're going to see that next week. Let me know all of your thoughts below. Let me know how you feel about the situation. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell and give me my hug. Make sure it lasts 15 minutes and it better be nice and tight, okay? I can't wait to see y'all in my next video. Bye!
Roxiie says we're gonna talk about it.